All right, hey, what's up, guys? I am back with another video. I started with my nails already prepped and laid the clear foundation for my nails so that I can go ahead and get right into it. Today I'm going to be using Nail Candy Co.'s Bubble Yum and a few of their other colors. I absolutely love this color. Not only that, but it also smells very sweet, hence the name Nail Candy Co. um, Also going to be using the Tropical Punch by Nail Candy Co. Um, their Instagram is Nail Candy Acrylics. You can find them on IG, and also Sweet Tooth, which is a new glitter acrylic. And I will talk to you guys more about nail candy acrylics in another video. But we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So I'm going to start. Well, first of all, I didn't really know what I wanted to do in terms of a design. I kind of just did this as I went. But I know that whenever I do my nails, I like to have at least 2 to 3 solid color nails, or even ombre. But I went with a solid for the pinky. So I'm just applying the acrylic evenly over the nail. What I love about this acrylic is that it self levels. I am no professional by a long shot, so it makes it extremely easy to do some pretty bomb sets with a very minimal filing, uh, which is why I absolutely love this acrylic. So here I'm just going to go ahead and apply another bead closer to the top of the nail. Now, I know a lot of times as a new nail enthusiast, I'll say, people try to make you feel bad if you don't lay your acrylic with one bead, but trust me, um, you can use as many beads or as many or as little beads of acrylic as you need to, simply because it's going to come out the same way. Yes, it cuts down on time if you can do a one ball method, but you don't absolutely have to. And I've learned that in this year and a half that I've been doing my own nails. So don't let anybody make you feel bad for having to use as many beads of acrylic as you need to. Placing another bead towards the tip of the nail so that I can level it off to make sure that everything is all even. Now, I did not cut these tips at all. These tips I got from my local nail supply store here in Tampa called LA Nail Supply. I absolutely love these tips. They are extremely long. I initially just wanted to do them long like this so that I could basically showcase the design that I'm going to do, but I eventually cut them down because they were way too long. My husband even came over and said, "You're going to wear those nails long like that?" So I initially just did them this long so that I could showcase the design, but later I am going to cut them down, as you will see. And here I'm just cleaning up the cuticle. Sorry I go in and out of focus here because I was trying to look as close as I can to make sure that I did not flood the cuticles. All right, so I'm not sure if anybody else is like this, but my ring finger is like my absolute favorite nail to do. It always comes out so perfect. I don't know if that has anything to do with it being kind of like my longest nail bed, but I absolutely love designing my ring finger because I don't know, it comes out perfect every time. If you guys have a perfect finger that you guys do on yourself or on your clients, let me know in the comments below. I think it's really funny, but I absolutely love this nail. I decided to go with a marble effect with Tropical Punch and Sweet Tooth. And you guys are going to see how that comes out. No, it is not perfect initially, but once you get the filing and everything together towards the end, you are going to see how amazing this nail looks. But I'm adding the glitter acrylic in between where I place the teal or turquoise color, so that it adds a very pretty sparkle to the marble effect. And again, I apologize for going in and out of focus as I was trying to make sure that I got close enough around the cuticle so that I did not flood them. Look at that. Isn't it already so pretty? Oh my God. It is absolutely my favorite nail. I'm just saying. Okay, so I have to apologize because I forgot to start my camera back up as I was deciding whether or not I was going to be using the Bubble Yum pink color. I ended up going with this pink. This pink is also from Nail Candy Acrylics. It is called Bubblegum. I decided to do this one because it was pretty translucent, and I felt like the translucent pink would go together a lot better than the solid pink for what I was going for. Also because the glitter acrylic as well has that little shade of kind of like pinkish purple, and I felt like the Bubble Yum, because it is so opaque, that it would, I don't know, I felt like it would be a little bit too harsh. So I ended up going with the Bubblegum pink as opposed to Bubble Yum. All colors, of course, could still be found at thenailcandycompany.com. And I absolutely love the way it came out instead. I'm going to go ahead and make another solid color nail on my thumb. And I almost always, when I'm doing any solid colors, I, choose my pinky and my thumb. Just as an easy way for me to get through this set. Again, I am still a beginner, so I try to make it as easy for myself as possible. And again, I absolutely love how this acrylic lays. It's just flawless. So it's any mistakes or whatever that you make, you really won't be able to tell because the acrylic lays so smoothly. I mean, this stuff is like butter. Look at how smooth that lays. You cannot tell me that this isn't like bomb. And as you can see, I'm not picking up any like humongous beads of acrylic. Like I said previously, you can pick up as many or as little beads as you need to, whatever you're comfortable with. For me, I choose to do multiple small beads just so that I can work as clean as possible when I'm applying the acrylic. And just making sure not to flood the cuticle. When I first started out, I will say that that was an area that I struggled with so bad. I would get lifting all the time. I would have to redo them a lot of times because I was flooding the cuticle. And when the acrylic gets onto the skin, any moisture, water, oil, whatever that gets up under there, it causes the lifting on the nail. So this is why my advice to any new beginners is to perfect the cuticle area. As long as you do that, well, of course, perfecting your prep as well, but as long as you perfect the cuticle area, you will notice that your nails are going to last a lot longer as well. So as you can see, I spend a lot of time just making sure that all of the areas around the cuticle are secure. You might as well say, I don't know what else I would call it, but um, making sure that there are no areas where any moisture could get up underneath the nail. Okay, now again, I gotta apologize because what I did was I paused the camera so that I can figure out what I wanted to do with my index finger and just forgot to start the camera again. So again, I'm so sorry, guys. I get so caught up in doing these sets that I'm trying to get better. Okay, I'm trying to get better. So what I did, I decided to make this a full glitter nail by applying the Sweet Tooth glitter acrylic over the full length of the nail, kind of in an ombre type effect so that the tip of the nail, well, part of the tip of the nail is still a little bit clear. And here I am just capping the nails with my clear acrylic. This clear acrylic is also from Nail Candy Co. And the reason you want to add a clear layer of acrylic is so that you do not file away your solid color or the designs that you do on your nails. This is a way to protect the work that you've already done so that you do not mess it up. So that is what I'm doing to all of the nails before I move to any shaping or filing. And I just wanted to show you guys this nail again because it's my favorite. I am just adding my clear acrylic to cap this off as well because, of course, when I get to the filing, I do not want to file any of the design away. During this part of the process as well, I use the end cap to adjust any mistakes that I might have made in building the apex so that I can make the nail stronger. When you're using any like solid color, you're not necessarily using it to build the apex of the nail up. You could do that with the clear acrylic. That's typically what I like to do. Any mistakes that I may have made, or if I did not build up a strong enough apex, I go back and do that with the clear acrylic. That way, when I file it down, everything is still intact. I really love this pink translucent powder because it's just the perfect amount of softness for this set, and that acrylic lays like butter. I mean, I can't express that enough. It's just I'm so in love with this acrylic because as a beginner it helps me to get through these sets and get through them quite quickly without too much without too much issue. Look at how smooth that acrylic lays. It's amazing. So if you are a beginner nail enthusiast like myself, you may want to give these a try. And I'm sorry, I'm sniffling, guys. I'm not feeling 100% the best, but I wanted to make sure that I went ahead and got through this voiceover so that I can go ahead and post this for you guys. So I just looked back over the nails and saw some areas where I could add additional clear acrylic to build the nail up, or to make sure that the shape was to my liking. And that's what I'm doing here, just going back in, you know, and making sure I fill in any dips or anything in the nail. All right, now it's time to file the nails, and I am going to be using a couple different drill bits. The first one that I'm going to use is going to be this. It's a cuticle safe bit, and I like to use this one because, like I said, I'm not a professional, so it allows me to get close to the cuticle without damaging my nail. So off camera, I went ahead and did my my right hand with my non-dominant hand, and that is one of the most difficult things that I've had to learn to do over time, but these came out absolutely gorgeous because I took my time. I'm gonna go ahead and change that out, put that in my drill, and go ahead and give this a good filing so that I can take out any lumps or bumps in the nail. But right now I'm gonna just cut these down because, like I said, they were way too long. All right, so I don't want you guys to suffer through this, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this part short so that we can move on. All right, as you can see, I went ahead and cut those down to the length that I can operate in, and I'm just filing the sides and the free edge so that I can get those as crisp as I can. Now, I usually love a good coffin shape. But lately I've been kind of moving towards a tapered square look in my most recent sets, especially with these tips, because they make it very easy. If I leave them the length that they come, then of course those will be the long coffin shape. But when the fact that I cut them down shorter allowed them to be a little bit more tapered square, and I'm just filing them to you know, to my liking. And during this process, I like to compare to make sure that I'm not over filing on any of the nails, because you don't want your nails to be all lopsided either. This is actually my favorite part of the whole nail process, is filing and shaping, because you get to see your nails transform. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my medium coarse sanding bit to go ahead and take out any of the lumpiness in the nail. Not that there is too much of it, because like I said, the acrylic lays so smooth. But I'm going to go ahead and make sure that these are as smooth as possible. And also taking out any extra bulkiness that may be on the nail to get a very smooth finish. So that's what I'm doing here. And again, this is a medium coarse sanding band. Now this sanding band, it is extra fine. It acts also as like a buffer to smooth the nails out. I like to use this just to make sure that I have clean, consistent smoothness throughout the nail. And that's how I typically check. And then I go back and I use also this buffer as well to make sure that I pick up any roughness that I may have missed with the sanding band. And I do this very brief. I don't spend too much time with this buffer because I've done most of the work with the sanding bands. All right, and here we are. And I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that the free edge is as straight as possible because you want these to be like sharp. Well, maybe you don't, but I do. So I'm just going back over with the extra coarse cuticle drill bit, and this is what I'm working with. I'm going to go ahead and dust these off in preparation to go ahead and start adding my bling. All right, so I had these crystals that I picked up from my local nail supply store, and also these little letter glitters that I found at Michael's. I thought about using them, but I couldn't figure out what I would do with them, possibly spell my name out, but decided not to do that. So I don't know. I had a hard time trying to figure it out, but I am going to be using Nail Candy Co.'s non-wipe top coat, which is absolutely bomb. This stuff shines like you would not believe. My bottle is a little beat up because my 2-year-old decided to take it and use it as a drumstick up against the wall, and it kind of banged it up a little bit. But the top coat is still bomb. So I'm going to go ahead and cover my ring and index finger because I am not going to be adding any bling to that. I'm only going to be adding bling to the middle finger, but just look at how this top coat shines, especially with the glitter. Oh my God, I love it so much. It's so pretty. But this is one of my favorite parts also because it's like the sparkle reveal. I've been using this one bottle for a really long time, so I've kind of got to get down in there to get the top coat out, but it is my favorite top coat. I like to add top coat beneath the nail as well, especially if there is a design where you can kind of see through the nail. And this is really why I use the clear tips also, to give that kind of glass look. So I like to add the top coat underneath the nail to add to the shine. All right, so I had to cut this short because my 2-year-old was having a total bitch fit. So I went ahead and finished the design by adding bling to the middle finger, and this is what I came up with. I hope you guys like it. I absolutely loved it. It was one of my favorite sets. I'm inserting some pictures here of a close-up so that you guys can see. And thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and help me to reach my YouTube goals. See you in the next one.